Yeah, that's better. You can get it. Marvelous.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel, y'all. And look, today is the day. EB02 is officially legal in the One Piece TCG. Yes, you heard me right. EB02 is now officially legal in the West, which means GP Luffy, which means the meta has completely shifted. Look, we're gonna get straight into this meta breakdown because this meta breakdown is shiest as hell. Fact, not an opinion. But there's two things I need to say. First thing is YGOD actually has members in the top 10 for the sim ratings. Yes, I know YGOD. We made it. We've been fucking on the bench, you know, cleaning people's boots, picking up the gum, wondering if we can get a chew, and now we're actually in the game. Actually amazing. And the second thing is, which is the biggest thing, the biggest addition to all this is Doffy is no longer in the top 10 best decks. I can't believe it. I can't fucking believe it.
I can't believe that I'm here. It's amazing. It's like dreams come true. Thank you.
We finally have Doffy's bitch ass out of the top 10. I am so ecstatic. Hey, look, I've already talked long enough. Let's go to get straight into the content, gang. So with all that said, let's go to get straight into it for our 10th best deck of the OP10 Week 1 EB02 Sim Rankings has to be none other than our Green Smoker. I told you guys this before we even got to this meta. Once this meta does shake up, RG Smoker is more likely going to be an S tier deck. Now people are starting to dibble and dabble in this deck. This deck list you guys are seeing right at this current point in time is actually the champion. Yes, you heard me right. The Japanese champion from Nationals deck list. You heard me right. This is the national winning deck list. I'm not going to show you whatever they're using on the sim because I mean, when we compare the Japanese players to the West, I mean, there's a reason why everybody dropped the donut or the breadstick at Worlds, right? This is the first place Japanese deck list. So with all that said, let's go ahead and read its stats here real quick. RG Smoker is sitting at 10th ranked, okay? 7,192 games played with 3,452 wins with 3,740 losses, sitting at a 7.70 rating with a win rate of 48%. Hey, I'm gonna be real with y'all. The win rate's low, but that's just because you need to be a shy-ass pilot to play this deck. Fact, not opinion. This ain't a Shanks, this ain't a Zoro. You actually have to think, surprisingly enough. Playing a guard game, you actually have to think. Yes, that's the reason why the win rate is so slow. Give it a couple weeks. I can see it right behind the #1 deck. If you guys don't know what the #1 deck is, you guys are in for a surprise here. But RG Smoker, let's go ahead and break down all of the cards here real quick. First off, let's just scroll over and see if there's anything new from EB02. There's nothing new from EB02, so let's just go over and break down everything. You got some cost reduction or power reduction, I'm sorry, with this automaton, just really be able to bring down some things with some power to be able to trash with Ben Beckman. This is probably the best board removal type of card in the game. You have Smoker in the Tashigi combo. You have to play Smoker in the Smoker deck, but the whole gist of this deck is really being able to abuse this Dawn. If you get one of these on board and you can really just start spinning back with the effect every single turn, you're gonna get so far ahead, the opponent's not gonna really be able to catch up with you. Fact, that opinion. You end off games with this Hody Jones, and this is another bread and butter of the deck. The initial bread and butter of this deck is this particular Smoker. You want this on the board, but the other main corporate of this deck is this Useless Captain Kid. The Japanese first place player used this particular card to really wall out GP Luffy in the finals. And like I said earlier, once set rotation does start coming in effect, I'm really want to know what you guys are going to replace this card with. It's unfortunate this is going to be leaving the game, but you guys know what this card does. Some blanket protection if a card is sideways with this Rosie, blanket protection with this Shishigi if anything that's green, staple red cards such as the Sanji, the Monets, and also this Sanji's right here, playing one Radical Beam just so you can have more counter, just in case you're like in a tight spot. You're playing the 1 comma and also 1 three Gum Gum Mole for some board removal as well. So very shiest ass deck in my personal opinion. If you guys are a fan of Arguing Smoker, this is your time to shine. When it comes to EB02 and when it comes to OP11, this is probably a top 10 deck in those particular metas when it comes to the East. So, but yeah, gang, that's all I got when it comes to Arguing Smoker. It's definitely on the rise. It does have a really low win percentage, but like I said, just give it a couple weeks, I can really see this thing shooting up. All right, so let's go ahead and get straight into the ninth best deck. And like I said earlier, the ninth best deck is Plofy. And like I said earlier, okay, I just said that. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna say it again. If there's nothing new from EB02, we're not going over an OP09 deck, because this is pretty much the deck list it is. It's literally OP09, nothing new. We're not going to go over Plofy. You already know what it does. Motherfuckers want to see the new content, so we're going to bring the new content to the street, all right? So let's go ahead and read Plofy's stats. Plofy has played 7,386 matches. It has won 3,660 times. It has lost 3,726 times, sitting at 8.17 rating with a win rate of 49.55% win rate. Like I said earlier, we're not going over any of these cards. We went over these decks so much, it's literally a waste of time. But every deck that I am featuring is a first place list, either from OP11 or from EB02 in the Japanese meta. So this is a first place list. So if you guys are interested in use the deck list, go ahead and try it out. So for our 8th best deck, I'm looking at stacks right here. I'm really excited to show you guys. I really am. The 8th best deck has to be Anel. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. We're sitting at 8th place. We have, like I said earlier, we have stepped our way off the bench, and now we're fucking the ops bitch. Fact, that opinion. Finally a yellow deck in the top 10. You guys are probably wondering why all of a sudden is this deck viable? What is pushing this deck to the next level? It's really this brand new Anel card. Let's go ahead and take a read of it real quick. If your leader has the Sky Island, type this character King's Rush, so you automatically get Rush off rip. When attacking, you may trash one card from your hand. If you have one or less life cards, add up to one card from the top of your deck to your life cards. Then this character gains a plus 1,000 power during this turn. So this is pretty much a rush, and it also is pretty much a 12,000 attacking beater that replenishes life. This card alone is really pushing this deck into the meta. I am very happy to see it. This is the deck I actually learned the game on, that I went back to BY Luffy. Seeing Anel here is making me very happy. Another new card we have right here is this EB02 Sanji. Let's go ahead and take a read. It's a 5-drop. It's a 6,000 power, and it's a blocker. On play, if you have 2 or less life cards, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your end. So this card is kind of like a pseudo Shirahoshi in a way, just pretty much being able to cycle out your hand. You're having some blockers here. You're running the 3 Ace, you're running the 3 Captain Kid, and this is a first place list from the East as well. So yeah, they're definitely cooking over here. Got the Kiko added trigger, the board removal for the Katakuri, being able to just reshuffle your hand, the Shirahoshi, having the Ace to be able to end off games, very shice, some board removal with the Monkey D Luffy. And yeah, this is pretty much the Anel deck list. You're the one to disappear, probably one of the best yellow events in the game, especially in this deck, being able to replenish life, and also some board removal with Big Cannon right here. So Anel showing up. Let's go ahead and read its stats. Anel has played 6,975 matches. It has won 3,801 times. It has lost 3,174 times with an 8.59 rating, with a 54.49% win rate. This is the highest win rate deck on the sim right now. Hey, look, if you YGOD, Yella Ganga Die, YGOD, shout out to all my delinquents. We are fucking everybody's bitch. This is the highest win rate deck we are going to feature in this video. Anel putting in the work, and I'm happy to see a yellow deck finally sometime in the sun. You get what I'm saying? Very happy to see that. Let's go straight to our 7th best deck. Our 7th best deck is Lim. Let's go ahead and read its stats, because just looking at this Lim deck, there's nothing new, so we're not going to go over. So let's just read its stat here real quick. Lim is 7th place, sitting at 7,213 matches. It has won 3,746 times with 3,467 losses. with a 8.66 rating with a 51.93 win percentage. So Lim, this is the Lim deck. I'm gonna be real with y'all. We've been talking about Lim all OP10. We're not going over it. If you guys do want to see what Lim does and why is it good, watch one of my other meta breakdowns. Lim is there, definitely there. So yeah, we're not going over this deck. Let's go ahead and get straight to our 6th topping deck of the week 1 EB02 sim ratings, and it's none other than Vega Punk, another YGOD member. Yes sir, yes sir, we in this bitch. We finally here. We showed up. YGOD. People wanted some sauce. People want a saucy yellow deck list. I already gave you one of them. I'm giving you another one that's also from the east as well, in Vega Punk. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. We're gonna go over why this deck is all of a sudden just seeing some play in a minute. Let's go ahead and read his stats. Vega Punk has played 8,798 matches. It has won 4,480 times with 4,318 losses, sitting at a 8.88 rating with a 50.92 win rate. So Vega Punk, 6th best deck of our week 1 format on the sim. So let's go ahead and read this leader here real quick, since this is more likely your first time ever seeing this in our top 10 for the sim ratings. This leader cannot attack. That's one thing. This leader cannot attack. That's why it has 2 life. Activate main once per turn. Place up to 1 cost 5 or less card with the egghead type from your hand face up on top of your life or into play. So you can either replenish your life or cheat something into play. Pretty much you're getting a life every single turn, and it also goes really, really well with all these cards, all these egghead cards, because if you guys can see, they all have triggers. Like you see right here, if your leader is Vega Punk, play this card. If your leader is Vega Punk, play this card. If your leader is Vega Punk. So it's like this on pretty much everything that is an egghead. Unlike some of these other yellow decks out here, you just keep on cheating everything into the play, pretty much. That's pretty much what you do. But the reason why this deck is spitted block, the reason why this deck has now found its footing, is because of this brand new EB02 Vega Punk card. Let's go ahead and take a read of his 5,000 power. So just take note of that. It's just a staple blocker. Let's go ahead and read it. On play, look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck. Play up to 1 scientist type character card with a cost of 5 or less other than Vega Punk. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order, and if your opponent has 2 or less characters, trash 1 card from your hand. So, and this is the final piece that the Vega Punk deck has been missing. And on top of that, when we were watching the East, this deck was actually showing up pretty often as well. So if you guys do want to play a yellow deck, Anel and Vega Punk are your pretty much go-tos. These are the 2 best yellow decks in the format, fact, that opinion. Outside of all of these egghead characters, I'm not going to read every single one of them. The biggest thing outside of egghead, you're going to be running this useless captive kid. Since you do not have Rego anymore, you're really just going to keep on using this useless kid to just keep on applying pressure and burning the opponent's life. The biggest thing about this deck is that you want to burn life while you just keep on replenish your life. Okay, so that's pretty much how this deck runs and works around. And another thing that's actually really important is this Shaka. You need to be able to see this Shaka at least 2 or 3 times throughout the game, just so you can have a blocker, add a trigger, and it's 6,000 power. So you attach 1 Dawn, you attack at 7. So this is pretty much the gist of it. You got some Borobubu with the Nami, Borobubu with the Bucky D Luffy, and yeah, that's your Vega Punk right here. 6th ranking deck so far. I am so happy to see this Vega Punk deck actually 6th place. And let's just keep on continuing. What else? What other saucy shit we have? Everything's going to be good since Doffy's not here, right? Let's keep on looking at our 5th place deck. It is Bonnie. So Bonnie, let's go ahead and read all of these cards here real quick. We're not going to read all of them. We're going to go over them real quick. And you guys are probably wondering, Bonnie's always going to be good. Like I said, it's always going to be a top 10, no matter which meta it is, what deck is good. Bonnie's blanket ability, you guys see on the screen, is too good not for it to be outside of top 10. Fact, that opinion. Let's go ahead and read Jewelry Bonnie's stats here real quick. Jewelry Bonnie is sitting at 5th place. It has played 8,704 matches. It has won 4,563 times. It has lost 4,141 times. And it has an 8.95 rating with a 52.42 win percentage. So it has one of the higher win percentages in all of our list that we're showing here so far. Outside of that, this is an EB02 list I did grab off of One Piece top decks. But I'm gonna be real with y'all, the only thing that is new is this card right here. Let's go ahead and just read this card real quick. On play, up to one of your opponent's rested characters will not become active during your opponent's next refresh phase. Then at the end of your turn, set up to one Dawn card is active. I'm gonna be real, more likely you can cut this card and just add something else, to be honest with you. This is just a flex spot. All in all, this is the same exact deck from you know, OP10 and also OP09. So Bonnie doing Bonnie things. Like I said earlier, if it is older, we aren't going to really truly go over it like that, because we've been going over some of these decks so many times it's starting to get too repetitive, right? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight to our fourth best deck of our EB02 sim, which is Luchi. Luchi showing up again. And I told you guys before EB02 came out, before EB02 came out, this deck is going to see a huge rise in play just because it counters the best deck in the format. Fact, not an opinion. Let's go ahead and read Luchi's stats. Luchi has played 17,197 matches. That is actually the fourth highest. Damn, you guys have been playing a lot. That's the fourth highest matches played. Okay, we have a lot of people sim this this set. It has won 8,868 times. It has lost 8,329 times, sitting at an 8.96 rating with a 51.57% rating. When we just go over Luchi, this is literally the same exact list that you guys been seeing over and over again. Just some flex spots like the Mancherries or the Laboons. It's really all up to your discretion. You guys can build this deck however you want. The biggest thing about this deck is this Kuzan. You drop this Kuzan, you pretty much bring down everything in the game and allows you just to remove it with the Brook or the Luchi or the Jack. So outside of that, this is just Luchi blow up the board. Look, if you guys really like having some board removal type of decks, nuking the board of everything, if you guys can establish this, this is pretty much the best black deck in the game. Fact, not opinion. That's actually a black deck, not the black deck we're actually going to show you guys right here, which is Marshall D. Teach. I'm gonna be real with y'all. We keep going over this deck with nothing changing. I'm actually sick and tired of even talking about this deck. If you guys don't know what this leader does, it's a walking floodgate. It's a walking skill drain. Okay, you want to piss off the opponent from not letting them play this deck, and they'll probably flip the table, throw a chair at you or something, try to poke your eye out or something. Outside of that, let's go ahead and read Blackbeard's stats. Blackbeard has played 18,134 matches. It has won 9,251 wins with 8,883 losses, seeing an 8.97 rating with a 51.01% win rate. So this is our third best deck of the format. It's almost like I'm pretty much almost spot on when it comes to our tier. Actually, we do need to make another tier list. I already talked to you briefly about this particular card. This is your staple and glue of this particular deck, just being able to bring this out and use his ability whenever you want to, since it can't be removed. And usually you're going to bring out one of these three, the Burgess, the Van Augur, or maybe the Shirayas right here. Has a board move of the finger gun. This my age. He's playing 4. That's unfortunate. I thought 5 was the tech. Don Q, Vasco shot, and also stage. And this is your boss monster of the deck, which is the Blackbeard deck. So, or the Blackbeard Marshall D. Teach the 10 drop. So this is your third ranking deck. Let's go ahead and get straight to our second ranking deck for our week 1 sim report, and that is Shanks. And I know Shanks, boring, nothing new from EB02. This is an EB02 list, so if you guys do want to play a Shanks deck that has been winning or has won in EB02 from the East, this is an EB02 winning list, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. We aren't going to go over this deck at all, I'm sorry. If you guys want to go over, just look at some of my other past ones. I'm also in a hurry, so let's go ahead and read its stats here. Red Shanks has played 27,254 matches with 14,510 wins with 12,744 losses, sitting at a 9.58 rating with a 53.24 win percentage. Shanks, I've been talking all the past month and a half about this deck. We're not going to talk too much about it just in this particular video because I got shit to do, and I want to see something new. Maybe next week I'll talk about it. But the very first deck, the best deck of the format, is the deck I told you guys it's going to be a tier 0 deck because everybody's a meta sheet. Fact, not opinion. It's none other than GP Luffy. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. If you guys don't know how to play against this deck. I actually have a how to beat video on the channel showing you guys how to beat this deck. Pretty much in a nutshell, the way this deck loses is Sanji and Pudding. This is the staple and glue of this deck. If you can truly remove this card early, and that's the big thing about this deck, you have to remove this card early. If you guys let these cards stack up, you get like 2 or 3 on the board, you're always going to lose. Fact, out of opinion. I mean, this card, that's how strong this card is. Some people in the street saying that this deck is overtuned, mainly the leader, and Sanji's just overtuned. And even in the East, people are asking for a ban of this leader since week 1 of its release. Okay, we're not gonna break down or read anything because we actually did a video on this card at the top. Tap in. But yeah, this is pretty much the gist of your deck right here. We can go over all these other cards, such as this card. This is your game ending card. If you guys are playing this card, this is the card that you're really trying to go into, apply pressure, make your opponent be on their heels, just because it can attack twice. But just remember, it does have that Hody Jones effect where it does rip one of your lives, so just be wary of that. Usually we go to this card, you want to tie this into this, or if this is already on the board, or if not, you just want to go into this and really just apply pressure sooner rather than later. Gum Giant, the most broken event in the game. This is another thing I'm gonna tell you about this deck. When you guys are playing this deck, the number one thing you guys need to be mulligan for is the stage and also Pudding. You need to mulligan for at least one of each, or minimum fucking Sanji at this point. Outside of that, you're playing a whole bunch of good purple shit like this Usopp right here. You're running the Searcher. This rest anything but 4 costs or lower. You're running Electrical Luna. This is good at a trigger, and also just good in general in the mirror as well. Allows you to ramp right here, blocker, and a blocker right here. Yeah, this is your number 1 deck of the format, and just be ready to deal with a tier 0 format for probably the next month until OP11 comes out. So let's go ahead and read his stats, and so I can go on about my day. RP Luffy, I'm just playing. That's the RP Luffy. RP Luffy actually counters this deck. GP Luffy has played 35,125 matches, sitting at 18,000. Mind you, the only other deck that even has remotely close to wins is Shanks, sitting at 14,000. GP Luffy is blowing out Shanks with 18,000 wins. Holy shit, 18,786 wins with 16,339 losses. This just shows you how popular this leader is going to be. Fact, not opinion. If this stats are already like this after just this week, I'm telling you, it's a tier 0 format, and these stats pretty much show this. Rating is a 9.80 with a win percentage of 53.48. I mean, that's cute. Still not higher than Anel with a 54.49 win percentage. But yeah, this is pretty much your top 10 decks of our week 1 for EB02. We have a lot more content coming up. And let me know below what you guys think of what this bet is going to look like. Me personally, I am just happy as fuck. Doffy is no longer here. Can we all get a round of applause? Everybody, fucking clap your way. Just clap, clap. Because all you need to know at this point is Blue Doflamingo, Usopp, and B.Y. Luffy, we're all having dinner together like one happy family. Don't you guys love it? I love to see it. Look, that's all I got. But look, before I go, if you was feeling the vibes, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Yo, go.